And just stay right beside my passenger side window. Don't reach for nothing, man. Just turn around, turn around. Let me pat you down to make sure you ain't got nothing on you. Yeah, man, go down, bro. I ain't even asking my name. Just stand over there. Step out. Yeah, that's fine. It's not illegal. Just come out that way. Okay. Heck, don't even better. Let's walk up this way. Turn that on first. I just. That's it.
Max! You got me?
That all you got? That just the weed.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So far.
I love you, brother.
Yeah. Well, that switch is going. Fuck.
Why they put me in the car? Why they put me in the car? Ask him. Huh? Max, what happened? Huh? Cause he can? Oh, brother. They finna take me to jail.
1331 number was 1331 and 1815 comes first.
What the fuck? Tell Stunna to bail me out. Tell Stunna to bail me out. Oh, bro, why they taking me to jail, bro?
Okay, can you look around and help?
But why is they taking me to jail, bro? But they ain't even asking my name, none of that, bro. What the fuck, bro? Oh my God, that's really digging into my arm right here. So what is they talking about, brother?
They said there's a firearm in the car.
So we all going?
Yeah, so,
How the fuck did they just search that car, brother? How did you just let them do that, brother?
I didn't let them do anything. It's weed is illegal in Arkansas. They said they smelled.
Bro, how the fuck are they taking us all to jail, though?
Oklahoma, Queen, proper, 553. QQR 553, Oklahoma.
Oh, fuck. Is we getting bail? Can I get on my phone at least, my property? Like, oh, janky out here, bro. Niggas comply with these niggas and hella shit, bro. They be treating niggas like niggas ain't human, blood. Like, that's crazy, bro. Niggas can't talk back, bro.
I'm calling DTF, alright?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Y'all can't talk back, bro. It's crazy, bro.
The White Ram 1500, 489, Victor Edward Williams, 489, Victor Edward Williams, the Highway 7 here in Arkansas River.
Team, bro. Trust the niggas, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all niggas finna get out, bro. I'm finna go to bed. Some more shit, bro.
Man, what's your name? What's your name?
Y'all niggas shit, bro. Y'all ain't even asking this nigga my name before y'all pull me out the
Well,
car,
what's
nigga.
your
That's
name?
illegal.
What's your name?
Yeah, that's who y'all pulled over, nigga. I ain't answering nothing,
Hey,
nigga. Y'all just violated my rights.
well, you want to know the charge? What's your name?
Ain't got no
Hey,
charges.
okay.
Nigga, I want to talk to my lawyer. Nigga, y'all just pulled me out the car, didn't read me my Miranda rights. Y'all didn't do nothing, nigga. That was, nigga. Oh, mama, nigga, take me to the jail, nigga. Take me to the county.
When you look at the situation involving EBK Jaaybo and the individuals that were in the vehicle with him, one of the first things that immediately stands out is the level of solidarity that was displayed across the board. In today's climate, especially when law enforcement pressure is applied, it's extremely rare to see multiple people detained in a situation, and nobody opens their mouth in a way that implicates the next man. That alone says a lot about the internal code that they're operating under. Because historically speaking, once cuffs come out and people are separated, that's usually when statements begin to get made, whether intentionally or unintentionally. So from that standpoint, you definitely have to salute the discipline that was shown in that moment, because that's not common. Now, as far as the stop itself, Jaybo was absolutely correct in questioning why he was singled out the way that he was, being placed in handcuffs and removed from the vehicle, despite officers allegedly not knowing his name at the time. Standard policing procedure typically doesn't escalate to that level unless one of a few key factors are present. Either they've already run identifying information through a database that flags a history of violence or weapons-related priors, they are already familiar with the individual based on prior contact or intelligence briefings, or the individual is being perceived as non-compliant in a way that could cause the situation to escalate from routine to potentially dangerous. But based on the footage that circulated, he appeared to follow every verbal command that was given. No sudden movements, no refusal to comply. Nothing that would logically justify an immediate jump to detainment protocols. So that realistically leaves a much narrower window of possibilities. When law enforcement behavior appears to skip steps in the escalation ladder, from a basic traffic stop straight to handcuffs, it can often suggest that they were already operating with a degree of pre-existing interest in someone inside that vehicle. In other words, it may not have been a random encounter at all. Whether that stems from surveillance, prior intelligence, or information that was provided to them beforehand, is something that only an internal investigation or court discovery process would reveal. But the optics of the situation definitely made it appear as though they were already zeroed in on their target. Even though this occurred in Arkansas, far removed from his usual operating environment on the West Coast. And that's where the conversation shifts into the reality of moving when you have notoriety attached to your name. Once you reach a certain level of visibility, especially within street culture and the music industry, you no longer have the luxury of anonymity. Your face becomes recognizable, your name gets entered into regional intelligence briefings, and your past begins to follow you into jurisdictions that you may have never even had direct contact with before. Staying low profile and moving incognito becomes less of a suggestion and more of a necessity, because being on law enforcement's radar can happen without any active wrongdoing taking place in that exact moment. On top of that, prior convictions play a massive role in how situations like this unfold legally. Even if 3 people are in the same vehicle under the same circumstances, the individual with documented priors, especially those tied to violence or firearms, will almost always face a harsher procedural response. That can include immediate detention, enhanced scrutiny during booking, and in many cases, denial of bond altogether. The reasoning behind that from a judicial standpoint is tied to perceived flight risk and public safety concerns. So while the others in the car may have had a pathway toward pretrial release, Jaybo's criminal history likely triggered statutory provisions that resulted in him being held without bond. That's the unfortunate reality of how priors can shadow someone long after they've served their time. They don't just live in the past, they actively influence how present-day encounters with law enforcement are handled, how prosecutors frame their arguments, and how judges determine whether someone should be granted temporary freedom while awaiting trial. And in high-profile cases involving public figures like Jaybo, that combination of visibility and prior history can make even routine interactions escalate into situations that carry long-term consequences. For someone in the position of EBK Jaaybo, the solution moving forward isn't just about beating a case or getting through one isolated situation. It's about restructuring how you move entirely once your name begins to ring bells beyond your own city or state. Fame, street reputation, prior convictions, and social media visibility all combine to create what law enforcement often interprets as a heightened risk profile. That means encounters that might be routine for the average person can become escalated for you before you even realize what's happening. First and foremost, operational security becomes critical. Moving incognito, limiting identifiable vehicles, avoiding unnecessary large group travel, and maintaining a low digital footprint when traveling across state lines can reduce the likelihood of drawing preemptive attention. Once your image and name are circulated through regional databases or gang intelligence units, it's no longer just about what you're doing in real time. It's about how your past is being interpreted in the present by agencies that may already be familiar with your background. Secondly, understanding that priors materially affect judicial discretion is key. Even if multiple occupants are involved in the same stop or incident, the individual with prior violent or weapons-related convictions is statistically more likely to be detained, denied bond, or subjected to enhanced charging decisions. In Jaybo's case, those priors likely influenced the determination of him being held with no bond, while others without comparable histories may have had avenues for release. That disparity isn't always about present conduct. It's often rooted in how the court assesses future risk based on documented past behavior. From a strategic standpoint, this means legal preparedness has to be proactive rather than reactive. Retaining counsel familiar with interstate enforcement dynamics, ensuring that travel plans account for jurisdictional differences in enforcement posture, and avoiding environments where heightened scrutiny is likely can materially impact outcomes. The goal is to stay off law enforcement's radar altogether, because once prior history is factored into an encounter, your margin for error shrinks significantly compared to those around you without that same background. Ultimately, maintaining freedom when you carry both notoriety and priors requires a different level of discipline, one that prioritizes anonymity, compliance, and foresight in every environment, especially outside of your home jurisdiction, where you may already be flagged without your knowledge.